Pretending to be indigenous to Norway. You look like you go home and tell your cat every time a boy smiles at you. You're the reason the Vikings left to conquer new lands. Looks like Beowulf didn't slay Grendel after all. You'd be more welcome in Ireland. They love potatoes. You look indigenous to Under a Bridge. She looks like a stop sign. You look like a Harry Potter character that was cut from the movies. She does kinda look like a low-quality, bootleg version of Moaning Myrtle. You look indigenous to the friend zone. If Lutefisk was a person. You're more of a heavy cream face than a butterface, 20 years old, drunk, stoned, and feeling a little too good about myself. If Reddit had a face. And no neck. You look like a real-life version of Chris Griffin from Family Guy. Even Meg wouldn't hit it. There is nothing wrong with being an unattractive fat girl. Apparently, Chris Farley and David Spade actually did have a love child back in the 90s. PETA won't be happy about seeing this toad dressed up like that. There are some animals even PETA won't protect. You make me actually happy with the way I look. I could have flipped my A the other way for you, but I prefer to make you scramble. r/RoastMe. Nice boobs, all 4 of them. Walmart Michelle Rodriguez. Your shower curtain tells me that you like the deep sea. Your lips tell me that you have hep C. You give off the I gave a lot of BJs in my high school bathrooms vibe. The second you stop sucking in your stomach and exhale, your stomach will stick out farther than your thighs and breast. Jesus, did you shave your armpits with a circular saw? Having big tits because you're fat is the same as having a fast car because it's falling off the cliff. You look like a French World War II tank. Due to the fact that she surrenders to someone on site, at least I got a job unlike most of you. #telemarketing #unroastable. All the best with your career, making $6 an hour to get hung up on by people with lives. Telemarketing? One step up from telling people they have a virus on their computer. You look like a divorcee whose kids won't talk to, then took up telemarketing to try and talk to them but still too afraid to dial their number. At least use a picture where you aren't wearing your dad's trousers. Your body is 30 but your face is 65. What in the world happened? The Curious Case of Benjamin Irishman. Living in your mom's basement is not a career. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Well, I see you've peaked. 18, artist, and I'm the expired dollar store Twiggy that's been put through a blender. Make me hate myself more than I already do. When someone who just woke up from a coma tries to draw a face from memory, let's show her some sympathy. Her eyebrows just had civil war and both the North and the South are devastated. You look like a decade-old mannequin. It's Hedwig, and his angry inch. You look highly flammable. I'm 100% sure you're not a makeup artist because you look like a dollar store clown. When you get a haircut, do people ask if you got your eyes lowered? I have lost 25 pounds in 4 months, finally fit into my Christmas clothes from 2 years ago and am at an all-time high. Bring me back to earth. You look like an alternative walrus. Except walruses get more action. If Mario was a suicide girl. You look like you pay for S, but then ask for a discount afterwards because you can't finish. You look like you own a van with a tear-stained mattress in the back. That mustache makes me assume you lost 25 pounds after catching dysentery fighting the Civil War. Can you lose more weight so there's less of you to look at? Christmas clothes? As in, a Santa costume? Your face looks like it was blown up with a bike pump. 22 years old deathcore fan and Trump supporter. Dear worst, I'm waiting. Yeah, you look Russian alright. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to what terrors that PC monitor has witnessed. You look like a failed 90s wrestler, addicted to painkillers and alcohol. Nothing screams deathcore like scented candles and film rolls. You look like the kind of guy who went home from school and asked your mom what 69 meant. You've got the same exact body proportions as the thumb people from Spy Kids. You look like the kind of guy who sees a lesbian couple and says, I could turn him. Look like you're waiting for your parole officer to show up. How is that wall coming? Last roast wasn't that fire, do better this time. Ordered Bob Marley from Wish. Your last roast wasn't fire because we're waiting for you and your tribe to invent fire. You mean waiting for him to evolve into a human, then invent fire? Jaws left the Bond franchise to pursue his dreams of joining Counting Crows. You look like the rapper they would hire to work the Special Olympics halftime show. Damn, Chumley from Pawn Stars has finally lost some weight after hitting rock bottom. Looks like Adam Duritz should have been counting calories instead of crows. About to tell my parents I'm not going to med school. Roast me to toughen me up before they roast me. It'll be the biggest disappointment they've ever had next to finding out you were a girl. Your shirt says blow but your face says it won't be worth the $7. OP, look how I cut my hair, you want me to be a surgeon? The sick community breathes a sigh of relief. Your parents should be mad about the one kid policy. Got tired of hearing phrases like, why you get stung by B? Why you no get stung by A? Did you? You look like you ran a 10-yard sprint in a 9-yard room. To be fair, I doubt you can become even more of a disappointment. It's okay, I'm sure there will still be a happy ending. Many, many happy endings. You've brought shame to entire continent already. Have you considered boxing as a profession? You already have a nose like Sonny Liston's. Mr. Steele Yo Girl. You look like the Jack Black of the Israeli film industry. He looks like all the male cast members of Seinfeld put together into one person. Steal Yo Girl as in literally kidnap her, I'd believe that. And ate her by the look of things. Mr. Steal Yo Girl Scout Cookies. I think your family may need a second urn if you're cremated. Jesus Mario, ever since Peach left you, you really let yourself go. Mr. Steal Yo Girl's food. You look like Officer Hopper if the series were called Stranger's Touch. Borfat. Looks like you ate Kermit's girlfriend. Try being Mr. Steal Yo Salad instead. I don't think he knows what a salad is. Mr. Stay 100 meters away from schools. 3 years ago to this day, I made a Reddit account for the sole purpose of being roasted. I think you can all do better this time around. Why'd it take you 3 years to check back in? It's not like you're employable or anything. You are what every parent fears their child will become. And what every parent fears their child will bring home. Yo, what the F happened in those 3 years? I thought people were supposed to stop being edgy after they turn 18. Have you ever had an original thought, or do you just take life advice from CD covers from 2000s? 3 years is a long time for a cry for help not to be heard. I'm going to pierce and tattoo my face so I can be different. Ironically looks like everyone else in the unemployment line. It's not a phase, mom. Jobs are for posers, anyway. The only way you could look like more of a disappointment is if you stood between two mirrors. Dollar Store Chris Angel. 19 years old, skipped out on college, currently living in LA, in an apartment with 4 other people, trying to make it as a musician. Please roast me, I need it. Hopefully Make-A-Wish will help you become a musician for a day. What's the name of your band? The Boys in the Striped Pajamas? Or maybe, Pandemic. At the Disco? My Chemotherapy Romance. Sinead a Failure. Avatar The Last Gender Bender. When you spend your whole life trying to get the role of Negasonic Teenage Warhead but then you don't get the part. I find it entertaining but also tasteless that you decided to get earrings of your own face. Even the earring seems to have more of an interesting personality than her. This dude kinda looks like a chick. Holding that sign like a D cord won't actually help you get any D. My sweet mate wants the heat. Probably has a personality as interesting as Op's only other post. This picture screams, you know I don't like that one, take it again. She will drop out of college and get involved in a pyramid scheme within 2 years. Wow. Can't even keep her legs closed for this. By Heat, she means the whole Miami Heat basketball team. Peaked in high school. She's definitely the type of girl to say, if you're under 6'5" leave me alone. Was that the piece of paper missing a little bit of the line? Guys, be gentle with Barbie, too much heat and she'll melt. I bet her personality is as empty as they're flat. I've hit rock bottom anyway. Jamal Neutron. Did your mom sneeze while you were crowning goddamn rock bottom? I'm pretty sure your forehead is still above the waterline. Dude's head looks like Squidward's house. You use tube socks as hats. Dude, you look like you came out of a toothpaste tube. Feet hit rock bottom on Tuesday, top of your head hit it on Sunday. You look like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. Does your driver's license have 2 heights listed? One for your actual height and another for your entire head. My boyfriend says I'm unroastable, 18F. I think he's biased. Help me prove him wrong. You look like if puberty threw in the towel at the midway point. I can see that your arm is covering your lack of tits. Nice try though, young man. You look like a Psy came to life. You look like a midget Colombian drug lord in a wig. Pablo Nach Escobar. Pablo Nach Estorbra. That Chris Griffin size gap between your nose and lips though. Yay, dads are always biased. You roasted her upper lip off. I think he's biased. I think he's imaginary. Both can be true. She has very active imagination. For example, she bought a bra once. Your boyfriend is dating a female Mr. Bean. Your boyfriend's friends asked him what his type was. He replied with little girl/old man, and all his mates were laughing that he would never find a combination of the two. Then you came along, The Holy Trinity, young girl, old man, and thankfully you replaced your eyebrows with the Amazon forest. That way you make up for the oxygen you waste. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and leave your comments.